Today is 723rd day that I'm here to share lessons on learn. I'm learning. I hope this will support your dreams. Your goals allow you to become the person that you want to become. Yesterday I shared a lesson why it's so hard to truly think about vision when you are living in survival mode. And today I want to focus on coping mechanisms. Because a lot of times when we are living in a survival mode, we need to understand that there's a lot of coping mechanisms that we're able to really move ourselves forward. Sometimes it's short-term coping mechanisms and sometimes long-term mechanisms. Now, of course, if you want to get out of survival mode, we need to focus more on long-term coping mechanisms that we could get out. But sometimes we need to understand that balance is very important in managing your emotions. Because if you're in survival mode, a lot of times your emotions are out of whack. And because of that, we need to understand that for very sure every single day we need to beat those emotions and to make sure that we're able to have that energy pursue those long-term coping mechanisms. Because when you have those short-term coping mechanisms and long-term mechanisms, then you're able to get the most advantage of your energy. So today I will share 10 things that you're able to do to short-term coping mechanisms and 10 things that you're able to do for long-term coping mechanisms. And when you blend those together, then you're able to get much more results, because sometimes you need to understand that how to use short term and how to use long term. A lot of times people misplace those things, because for example, if you want to make sure that you are not survival mode in finances, that means that short term will not work. You need to do long term coping mechanisms. That means that understanding how you're able to get out of your situation, but at the same time, coping mechanisms allows you to have emotional stability for that one day. Because a lot of times you moving from survival mode to striving mode every single day by taking action. And how you do that? By really coping with your emotions every single day to make sure that you have the energy necessary, dedication necessary, self-discipline necessary to take step every single day that moves needle forward. So let's get started. So first one from short-term coping mechanisms is deep breath or deep breathing. That means that a lot of times when we have a huge anxiety, what we're able to do, we're able to breathe. Breathing is one of the tools that is sometimes underused, because when we're in anxiety, our breath is not in place. Sometimes we're breathing too fast or too shallow. But when you're able to breathe, your body, you send the message to your body that everything around it is okay. The present moment, everything is okay. That means you don't look in the past, don't look in the future, but you're looking now, and presently you are totally okay. Number two is distraction. A lot of times we're able to distract from things. Now, one is very, very important to understand that distraction is sometimes beneficial, but we need to understand that we book a time, specific time to think and reflect and have idea what you will do. So that means that when we have a problem and you're in a survival mode, so that means you allocate half an hour a day to think how you're able to solve it, what you're able to do to move yourself forward. But you're not able to think about 24 hours about the same problem. And that is the problem, that people think about the same issue all day long. Even though that you are not able to create new ideas, new solutions, nothing, because you have exactly the same mind, you're not able to come out with anything. So that means it's better to research, look for other opportunities, or look for guidance that could put some input. With that new input, you're able to think again about the same thing. So distraction could be a short-term solution when you really need to work towards making things happen. So distract during the day that you have energy to pursue some things. Number three is positive self-talk. Positive self-talk could be beneficial when you think about daily activities that you need to do. So it means that you're able to really think about what you're able to say to yourself that could allow you to move forward every single day. It doesn't need to be a huge thing. It's just small things that you could be grateful about yourself, about all the things that could allow you to take action now. Every single day, you could make those small self-talks that could allow you to move forward. Number four is physical activity. Physical activity, a lot of times when you have anxiety or some kind of bad emotions, you're able to do some kind of exercise and it elevates your energy. For me, that is a huge thing. Like when I don't feel like full of myself, I go to exercise, and most time it elevates my energy level by 1 or 2, maybe 3. And that sometimes is more enough to take action and really take that step forward that you're able to crawl, walk, or even run forward. Number 5 is mindfulness meditation. That is a very amazing thing as well when your mind is all over the place. Really being able to sit down and listen. A guided meditation is one of the great things that's really able to that allows you to make your your thoughts not rush that fast and really put the thoughts together. But you really need to be able to sit down for 20 minutes and really allow your body to control your body, because a lot of times people say, oh, like 20 minutes is too much, I'm not able to have the time, not able to think, and so many thoughts will come. Doesn't matter. You said, I'm sitting, I committed to those 20 minutes. Because I could tell you that I didn't believe in meditation as much as, but when I realized that if you really say to your body, for the next 20 minutes, I committed to this meditation, it really gives a lot of benefit. Number 6 is listening to music. Maybe there's some kind of music that really relaxes you. Maybe it gives some kind of energy. A lot of times, music is a great way to have that short-term coping mechanism in place, that you're able to listen to some kind of music that really motivates you, energizes you, and you're able to pursue the things that you need to pursue on a daily basis. Number 7 is aromatherapy. Because a lot of times it says that when you really want to move from anxiety to really calmness, you need to bring a lot of different senses. Could be touch, hearing, that could be aromas or smelling, and we're able to attach the more senses at the same time, the better it is to really to cope with your anxiety, to cope with all the emotions that are negative. So more aromatherapy is one of the things that you could allow to relax at that moment. Number 8 is socializing. That means that a lot of times when you really have something in your mind and you have anxiety, being able to share some that anxiety, that thoughts, those problems with someone else, and being able to share is very important, because a lot of times the other person doesn't need to do anything for you, but being able to really share their thoughts and think out loud allows to understand what you're able to do next. Because a lot of times when we are in our head, we are feeling like stuck. But when we start sharing all our thoughts out loud, we're able to unravel a lot of great things that we're able to do today to make things better. Number 9 is journaling. So that means you're able to share to someone else. But if you're not able to share to someone else, you're able to have journaling. So that means a white page could be your friend who is listening to you, not judge you. That means you're able to journal. And every single person is able to journal their thoughts. Now, it could be that it's difficult at the beginning. And just write anything, because it's the most important is to write down. So every single thought on the paper, because a lot of times, including myself, it seems there's so many things you have in your head, but when you start writing down, you start to, it's only 4 things that was in your head, even though it seems like hundreds. So journaling allows you to really to make sure to understand that there's not as many things that you need to think about as you thought. Number 10 is taking short breaks. Taking short breaks. That is very important, that when you are really having limited capacity, limited mental toughness, you need to take very often breaks, that you could recharge just a little bit, get that energy level up, that you could increase your productivity. So very important to have that short breaks that you're able to increase your capacity. Of course, when you're not in survival mode, when you don't need to have those short-term coping mechanisms, you have less breaks, even though breaks is important in any time. So those are the short-term coping mechanisms. So let's move into long-term mechanisms. So first is therapy and counseling. So it means that you're able to find a way how to really, who could listen to you. So it could be a therapist, it could be a counselor, because it's very, very important to understand that a lot of times there is some lessons, some things that is deep down in your body that you're not able to share by yourself, you're not able to realize by yourself. So therapy is one thing for long-term. Number 2 is healthy lifestyle changes. So that means what you're able to do to change your lifestyle. There's a lot of multiple things about the eating habits, about the exercise habits, about the school, about the mentorship, about all the things that could potentially be included in your lifestyle, in your daily routines, in your habits. And a lot of times being able to read every single day and build your mindset is essential to really deal with your survival mode and really understand that there's a lot of things that when you become better in managing your emotions by reading book, by taking seminars, is much better when you think about long-term activities. Number 3 is stress management workshops. That means that when you have a stress, when you are attending workshops, a month, 2 months, 3 months, you understand that, oh, like my stress, I'm able to manage my stress. There's a lot of different ways that I'm able to manage it because we are not aware. We are not able to figure out exactly by ourselves. A lot of times we need to guidance because we have a lot of blind spots. We have a lot of blind spots and we are not able to have understanding how to do things because we have a lot of times narrow mind and we need to open it by attending a lot of different workshops. Number 4 is um, goal setting. That means that when you have a goal, a lot of times just being able to set the goal is one of the things that really motivates. Now, of course, goal setting is your first step. Second is really managing that goal on a daily basis, like what I'm able to do. So, and this is a long-term coping mechanism because a lot of times people live in survival mode because they're not able to see the future. So a lot of times being able to set the goal then allows you to think, okay, be much more hopeful. And of course, hope and survival mode is a lot of that doesn't work together. So you have a hope or you are in survival mode. Then you have a huge hope and belief. Of course, survival mode is not in that moment. Number 5 is social support network. So that means that, of course, when you want to have long-term commitments, you need to have a support system in place. So multiple friends, maybe even one friend that's always there, maybe family. So that's safety net. It's very important to build that because everything in life that is very, very important. That is very, very most important most important things in life must be built. It doesn't come automatically. It doesn't just falls in your hands. Amazing relationships. It doesn't fall a business of your or dreams or anything. It doesn't fall in your hands. That means you need to work for it. You need to really be intentional about it. And when you want to have social support network, that means you need to be intentional about looking and building that. Number 6 is problem solving skills. Then again, so that means being able to look and be interested in what I'm able to do. Maybe I may get a mentor. Maybe I'm able to read a book. Maybe a seminar. Maybe there's so many different things that let's look into Google and where am I able to find ways how to be better at problem solving. So we Google it information that allows you to be better. So problem solving skills is the skill that allows you to solve the problems we potentially have now that put us in survival mode. So it's very, very important to really improve problem solving skills and that would allow us to get out of the problems that we already have. Number 7 is education and skill development. Education and skill development. That means that when you have better knowledge, better skills, what that lead to? A lot of times that leads to more money, more resources. You need to work less for the same amount of money, or be able to work the same a lot of, maybe even more, and then making much more money. So what that resource does, you're able to afford much more things. Even that therapy becomes much affordable. You're able to invest more courses, more skill development. So it's a lot of times it becomes cycle. A lot of times we're able to learn for free at the beginning when we have zero resources, but when we start getting more and more resources, more and more money, I am a huge believer that we need to invest more and more money in our education. That more education, more skill set will allow you to attract even more money. I'm a huge believer that when you have a chance to invest in your education, that's the time that you're able to and must do that. A lot of times people do finance cars, but I truly believe that before you finance your car, you're supposed to finance your education, finance your skill development, because the skill you will be able to get of any kind of situation. Number 8 is mental health maintenance. So exactly, like we're able to look into what able to do to really make sure that we maintain our emotional and mental stability. There could be all the things that like small things like mindfulness, being able to be present, breathing, be able to really understand what you like. Maybe going to once a week to nature, that is essential. Maybe communication. Maybe able to be by yourself for a second, because every single person has different mental activities they need to do to really maintain their mental health. Number 9 is financial planning. Financial planning. That means that if you want to have a long-term coping mechanism for financial security, We need to have a plan in place. We need to have a budget in place. We need to understand how much money we have at the beginning, how much money we have at the end, and where is that middle, where all the money goes to. Because a lot of times we lose a lot of money because we do not understand where it goes. And financial planning is very important to understand that. It's important to understand why you're saving money. Because a lot of times I have seen, including myself, I am not as good as a saver and make sure that I save in a good way when I do not know exactly what I am saving for. But when you know exactly the idea, the plan, it's much, much easier to say no to multiple things that you could say to yes to the important thing that you're looking forward to that have a huge anticipation for. And last one, number 10, is self-care routine. So that means a lot of times during survival mode, people do not take care of themselves. And that, of course, even worse because people don't believe that they deserve better body, better thoughts, but better a lot of things. Better job, better business, better family, better relationships. But when you really are investing in your self-care routine, exactly the same day we do exactly the same thing. Of course, you can miss a few days, but like when you have that routine in place, it doesn't matter how you feel. You still need to do those things like brushing your teeth, showering, reading a book, all those things that really self-care routine allows you to believe yourself more. You start to believe that you deserve things because there's not a lot of people who are consistently taking care of themselves, who are consistently growing themselves, who consistently read a book, who consistently do something. Because I truly believe in stepping stones. When you have that stepping stone that you're able to step on, and self-care routine could be the stepping stone that allows you to build all other areas of your life, that you could come out of those survival modes, that you could use other coping mechanisms to move forward and make sure that that needle is moved every single day, that you start moving outside of survival mode to striving mode. I truly believe that every single person have been in survival mode in one time of their life, and every single person needs to understand that there is some people are staying in that survival mode for a year, some people for 5 years, 10 decades, sometimes people maybe say for all their life. And that's why it's so important is to understand what kind of coping mechanisms I'm able to use on it every single day to be able to reduce the time necessary to get out of that situation. A lot of times, what brought you in survival mode will not allow you to get out of it. So that means we always need to find a way how we could put new input in our new input in our mind to make sure that we're able to have new ideas to get out of the station that we're in. So I shared quite a lot, but the most important part to understand that when we want to cope with a lot of things that is going on in our lives, we need to understand this thing that is going on now, it will be a long-term thing or short-term thing. Because, for example, if you're taking an exam, that's of course will be short-term. So that means you're able to do some kind of reading. But if you have like financial security, financial stability, those things that need to be done every single day. So that means you're not able to breathe and get better on your financial security. No, you will need to really read books and attend some kind of seminars to learn about financial security that can allow you to make better choices about your financial planning and that allow to get out of your survival mode and really move to striving mode. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.